Hello, everyone. So what do you think the punishment should be for a 4-year-old child running out of his or her classroom? A timeout? Stern talking to? Well, this was not the case for a young black boy in a Greene County, Virginia public school. The boy was taken away in a squad car by a police officer after running out of his pre-K class, and when retrieved by his mother, was found with his legs in shackles. Hello, my name is Clare Harvey, and my capstone project this year is on police and minority youth relations. I decided to address this topic because, as we've seen in the media, police and minority youth have a seemingly negative relationship with one another, and I wanted to get down to the bottom of why this is. I also decided to address this topic because I myself am a young black woman, and I wanted to learn more about the problems that were affecting my community most. So what are the issues? Statistically, police have the majority of their interactions with minority youth, meaning that minority youth are profoundly at risk of being targeted and arrested by police officers. It has also been found that police have the majority of their interactions with minority youth and juveniles in schools, a place where children are supposed to learn and grow from their mistakes, not be punished for them. Data has also concluded that black youth are disproportionately targeted or incarcerated for minor violations of the law when compared to their white peers, making black youth profoundly at risk of entering juvenile detention centers. When entering juvenile detention centers and interfering with the juvenile courts, black youth are more likely to be sentenced to life without parole. So the school-to-prison pipeline. The implementation of resource officers into schools has caused for the school-to-prison pipeline, which is a disturbing national trend where children are funneled directly out of the public schooling system and into juvenile detention centers. Sadly, but unsurprisingly, the children most affected by this pipeline are minority youth, specifically black youth. After conducting extensive research and writing a paper, which you can find on our symposium page, I have found that black youth make up 41% of the children in juvenile detention centers, yet only make up 15% of youths nationally. I have also found that black youth and students with disabilities are more likely to be targeted and punished in schools. Black students are overrepresented among students who are suspended, expelled, or receive corporal punishment in school. After a child is suspended or expelled in school, they are 3 times more likely to encounter law enforcement the following year. So what I did this year to further educate both myself and the broader Bullis community, I interviewed Officer Solberg, who you can see on the screen, who is a school resource officer in the DC metropolitan area. Officer Solberg informed me that although it would be ideal to completely remove officers from schools, it is somewhat unrealistic, especially today, considering we face public safety threats in schools such as school shootings and gang violence that will require an officer present. I as well interviewed my close friend Daria, who has had significant encounters with the police, and she taught me in order to have a productive interaction with the police officer, there must be respect on both sides. To further educate the broader Bullis community, I as well conducted a class this year where we had meaningful discussions regarding police and minority youth relations, and I gained valuable insight about my classmates' both positive and negative interactions with police officers. So solutions I propose to solve the issues which I have stated today. So community policing. I believe that more community policing strategies should be implemented both into schools and into minority communities, as community policing strategies encourage a collaborative relationship between the two sides. It as well encourages creative problem solving solutions, so in turn, less minority youth will be arrested and criminalized. Secondly, I believe that every student deserves a counselor. More counseling services should definitely be implemented into the public schooling system rather than police officers, as schools can never be over-counseled, but they can definitely be over-policed. And lastly, and what I feel is the most important step there is to ending this crisis, is education. I feel that educating both sides on how to have respectful and productive interactions with one another will truly end this crisis. Thank you. Thank you all for listening, and I hope my project has encouraged you to want to learn more about police and minority youth relations and make a positive change in this world.